Do you ever think about what it means to make content? Some had taken making content to mean typing in a prompt. So let's talk about that. Hey everyone, my name is Josh and welcome to Techno Josh, where it's all about tutorials, gear reviews, and content creation. And if there's some that helps you make better content, then I'm diving into it. And unless you've been living under a rock for the last few years, then you or someone you know has dabbled into using AI for making content. Now, before you start commenting, I am not advocating at all for using AI for your entire content creation. What I do want to do, however, is explain a few ways how AI can be helpful if used responsibly. Now, there is a whole bunch of AI slop out there, and AI slop, if you're not familiar, is basically low effort content. Someone just typed in a few prompts, string them all together, and upload them to various video sites in hopes to garner views or following. And this is rampant everywhere, from YouTube to Instagram, and especially TikTok. This became more prevalent when Sora 2 came out from OpenAI. It was seen as a breakthrough when making short form content when using prompts. And in the first few days, it was great, until a week or so after its release, when almost every prompt resulted in Now, I know we all want to put Disney cartoons and other characters into crazy situations, but honestly, it was inevitable that they would put a stop to using intellectual properties early on. Sora 2 grew in popularity, but then ceased only several months after its debut and is now non-existent. I guess a social platform that tried to compete with TikTok didn't work out too well, did it, Sam? Anyways, let's move on to the 3 ways that I want to show you how AI can be helpful in your content creation in the areas of research, editing workflow, and element creation. When it comes to researching a topic for a future video, AI can be very helpful in getting you information quickly. Services such as Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, and others all have their strengths and weaknesses, though all seem to be suitable in gathering information from a prompt. One thing I want to note, though, is when doing research, you should not take AI at its word. Though AI has made many advancements, it is not infallible and still makes plenty of mistakes. This is why it's a good idea to cross-reference and ask AI to provide sources. As one of my teachers said back in high school, search is not the same as research. Or in this case, typing in a prompt is not the same as going to the source to do your full research. So let's put this into practice. Alright, so I'm in ChatGPT, and let's say I want to do a feature video about Antarctica. So I can ask it to give me some articles and sources about Antarctica. As you can see, ChatGPT has given me a summary of the articles with clickable links and even cites direct quotes. Again, you should always go to the source where AI pulls information from. There have been numerous times where ChatGPT has pulled a direct quote only to find the actual quote nowhere in the article. From here, I put all this into a Word document, go to the sources to do my full research, and then start formulating my script from there. AI has been baked into nearly every creative tool you can find online. Sites such as Descript, Veed, and others all bought into using AI to help creators make content. Some of it helpful, some of it not so much. You don't need a full suite of AI tools in your editing software to make good content, but some tools are very helpful. Let me show you. Okay, so we're now in DaVinci Resolve, and this is just my preferred editing program of choice. So if you have DaVinci Resolve Studio, you'll have access to this. You'll come up to Timeline, go to AI Tools, and go to Create Subtitles from Audio, and you'll get this little dialog box that appears. And this is great for when you have to transcribe a long form video, for maybe people who are hard of hearing, or for shorts especially, that you would post on YouTube or TikTok. So we're gonna go ahead and just adjust this a little bit to 38 characters. And this should just take a few moments. All right, and it has done our subtitles. And you'll see here that it's pretty accurate from what it was said in the video. I find this to be one of the most accurate transcription tools that I've used in editing software as of late. And what we can do, if we want to make this into like a TikTok or YouTube short, you could go ahead and grab one of our animated subtitles. And I believe this is available in both the studio and the free version of DaVinci Resolve. So we'll set an animated, and I'll get this one. We'll drop it in. Now you can see when we play it, you now have an animated subtitle for your short. Now the second thing I want to show you is in regards to audio. So if you're not an audio engineer, or you have a difficulty with balancing your dialogue with background music, then this tool is really helpful. I use it on almost every project. So go to timeline once again, go to audio, we go to AI tools, and we'll go to audio assistant. So it gives us options for a delivery standard, and this is just to be the overall peak and tone of the audio. So you see one for Netflix, one for Disney, and different presets. But we're going to go ahead and choose YouTube. We're going to choose auto mix. And you'll see it's now going through the different classifications, mixing the dialogue, mixing the music. All right, and that was pretty quick. So you'll see below that it not only mixed our audio, it also classified them as dialogue, music, and sound effects. And you can go in the Fairlight tab, and you can go over to your mixer, and you can see all the effects that were applied. And then a compressor or expander was added. Generally, it'll add a compressor by default, but if you already have the compressor on your microphone, you can just choose to switch that off. All right, pretty handy. So now all your audio is mixed, and you do it in half the time that it used to take you. Lastly, element generation. Now this might seem like a contradiction to my earlier statement. I mentioned that I do not advocate for making your entire content from AI, but when you forget to do some B-roll or need an animated element, sometimes it helps you out. Now, I always try to do B-roll myself and have any elements I may need already made so that I'm not relying on AI to do it for me. So am I saying to use it or not use it? In this respect, use it sparingly, but most of the time, all your content should be your own. Okay, so for element generation, we're going to be using Global GPT. This is a all-in-one stop shop for video, audio, image, and AI prompt generation. So let's say I just wanted a red ball bouncing across the screen. Animated red ball bouncing across the screen. Background should be green screen. We'll generate. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and download it. All right, so I have the video in our editing software. Just gonna drag down the video portion into a new track. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and key it out. So we're gonna grab our 3D keyer. Should be overlays open. And we're just gonna draw this around our guy here. Okay. Take care of the despill. Just gonna bring him down just a tad. All right, pretty neat. And that's just a little fun thing that you can do for your videos if you want to add like a little animated character to them. But again, use it sparingly. AI at its core is a tool. How it's used is up to the individual. So use it as an aid, use it for fun, but don't abuse it or use it for nefarious purposes. AI, like most things, has both risk and rewards. If you found value in this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you are notified anytime I upload a new video. And if you like what I got going on back here, I've got some new backlighting. I've got a couple LED wall art. So just trying to get a little bit more dimension back here so that's not all bare. As always, stay creative, stay curious, and stay in the techno.